Quality is never an accident. It is always the result of intelligent effort. It underpins everything we do, like development, integration, or innovation. Without it, we may begin quickly, but soon slow down as technical debt trips up each iteration or change. As Agile development becomes the norm for development, we must think how QA should evolve. There are new toolsets with better automation, accelerating the software delivery lifecycle so teams can switch to new features for new markets without disrupting staff, processes, or team velocity. Agile QA shares the same philosophy as Agile development. Transparency helps us inspect work and make the necessary adaptations. The next iteration of work should be richer, stronger, or faster than the previous one. Backing up the philosophy with meaningful metrics demonstrates to stakeholders the value of the work accomplished, whilst reminding all to continue meeting and extending quality goals. The metrics we use depend both on the technology involved and the maturity of the team. New teams work at the process, identifying all the code quality measures, so working practices promote good behaviour. We also automate the capture of metrics, whilst identifying any gaps in what we can or should measure. Later in the development cycle, when automation is in place, a mature team relies on real-time quality graphs to ensure they are meeting QA goals. This frees them to focus on velocity and finding or creating toolsets to fill gaps in the process. This desire for continual improvement comes because we've seen teams relax once testing is under control. In our experience, simply executing a test suite successfully doesn't mean the product is sound. The confidence it gives is only confidence against an existing strategy. Quality is more than that. It's about changing the way everyone thinks to deliver value by doing things well. Just as the software grows over time, so do new ways of introducing and hence catching bugs. By revisiting the QA metrics at sprint retrospectives, we ask the team every 2 weeks, what could we do even better so that development continues to be fast and agile? QA tasks then become an integral part of the product backlog, with the development team occasionally diverted to establish new frameworks where gaps in the QA coverage need to be closed. This is all about long and sustained agility, and we've seen it work time and again. Recently, we've been examining 3 different classes of bug. Coding errors, like null pointers, uninitialized variables, unbounded loops, or recursion, are picked up by static analysis tools, which we've established in the first few sprints. Next come misalignment errors. This is where one component or microservice sends a message to another, but perhaps not the one expected. These are often identified by end-to-end tests, and the tools we build to diagnose these problems are based on an understanding of distributed design, often expressed as a choreography. Finally, there are design flaws like deadlocks, live locks, and races. These are often the hardest to diagnose at runtime, as they depend on the system having the right set of input conditions, which may well be outside the test data used so far. Again, we have found an approach that lets us identify this in the design stage for new systems and rapidly diagnose the root cause in legacy systems. To us, QA has always been just one component of our Agile projects. However, some of our existing customers now want this QA capability packaged as a service to support and strengthen their own development teams. Applying our learning to customer projects means providing skills, frameworks, tools, and processes to the customer environment. We've set key performance measures based on end-to-end service, driven by principles and a clean operating model. The result is not simply an expert nearshore test function. It is about increasing the agility of the customer organization, greater productivity, shorter release cycles, and higher satisfaction.